How can this statement can come from you? You are one of the intelligent person of Medina. Do these Jews and the Christians not recite Torah and Injil? Now he's referring to the Jews and the Christians of his time. And he's saying that they also have had Torah and Injil, as you have Qur'an. And your children will have the Qur'an. And your children's children will have the Qur'an. So imagine, what happened to Torah and Injil, the same thing will happen to the Qur'an. The Jews and the Christians were given the Torah and Injil, and they did not, see it comes, it says, that do these Jews and the Christians not recite the Torah and Injil without acting upon that? Without acting upon what that is mentioned in the Torah and Injil? So, is the message clear to you? It is saying that, first of all, the first message says the Qur'an's knowledge will go away. The second is surprising, coming from a Sahabi who is reading, teaching, practicing the Qur'an. And he is expecting the same to be continued by his children and his grandchildren. And that's why it was impossible for him to believe that the knowledge of Qur'an will go. But Rasulullah affirms it. Rasulullah makes it sure that that will happen, because the Torah and Injil were given to the Jews and the Christians. They were reciting at a certain point. But afterwards, that Torah and Injil could not guide them, because the Christians became mushrik and the Jews became mushrik. Yes or no? And becoming mushrik, even having the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your hand, is the same as you don't know the book. It's the same as that you don't know what is the message in it. Otherwise the message says that the Jews should be Tawheed people of Tawheed, Wahhabi. And the Christians should be Wahhabi. But unfortunately, the people of the Torah and Injil, they became mushrikeen. Having the books. So that means if you still have the book and you are mushrik, which is against the Torah and Injil's message, that means you don't know the Torah and Injil. And this is what Rasulullah is saying, that there will be a time where the people, the knowledge of the Quran will be taken away, not in one go. It will be like that you will have the Torah and Injil and the Quran with you, but you will not act upon it, and you will not know what is the message in that. Why I'm saying this? It's not my explanation. It comes from the hadith again. Same hadith, again reported by another Sahabi, Sunan ibn Majah, 4049. Go and check it. Go and check it, what I'm saying. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman radiallahu anhu said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Now concentrate on this, and especially those who understand Arabic and those who are Arabs. يدرس الإسلام كما يدرس وشع الثوب. Okay? Now they will look into the dictionary, what is that? يدرس الإسلام كما يدرس وشع الثوب حتى لا يدرى ما صيام ولا صلاة ولا نسك ولا صدقة ولا يسرى. That is, it speaks about the night time. ولا يسرى على كتاب الله عز وجل في ليلة فلا يبقى في الأرض منه آية وتبقى طوائف من الناس الشيوخ الكبير والعجوز يقولون أدركنا آباءنا على هذه الكلمة لا إله إلا الله فنحن نقولها. فقال له صلة. This Sila is the name of a student of a Sahaba. ما تغني عنهم لا إله إلا الله وهم لا يدرون ما صلاة ولا صيام ولا نسك ولا صدقة. فعارض عنه حذيفة ثم ردها عليه ثلاثا. كل ذلك يعرض عنه حذيفة ثم أقبل عليه في الثالثة فقال يا صلة تنجيهم من النار. Okay. Hudayfa bin Yaman radiallahu anhu, he is saying that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, Islam would extinguish just as an embroidery of a fabric becomes worn out, so much so that none of the so-called Muslim would know what fasting is, what prayer is, what sacrifice is, and what sadaqah is. Now this is the explanation of wash'u thawbi. That you have a cloth like this one. It is fully embroidered. Yes or no? You can see the design over here. But after some time, you will find that this embroidery is coming off. And this is what Rasulullah is saying, that people will have Islam and they will study Islam to an extent that the way this fabric will lose its embroidery, the same thing, Islam will go away from the people. Then, he says, it will become, and Islam will become such, in such a way, the knowledge of Islam will be so much into them that they will not know what is salah. They will not know what is prayers. And should we ask ourselves, I'm 20 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old. Do I know what is salah? I'm Muslim. I say la ilaha illallah. I have Islam. Ask yourself, do we know about fasting? Now 30 days on Ramadan TV. Few questions were silly questions but very common. Very common because people didn't know how to fast. And they are not like a Muslim like me. I came from atheist to Islam. So most of us are not like that. Most of us are born Muslims. Most of us, we see our parents. Most of us, we hear Islam. Most of us, we know so many things of Islam. But this is the fact which Rasulullah is saying. That Islam will be studied if we study. Because the word says, Yadrusul Islam. If we study Islam, which is almost, I can say, guarantee for sure that here, I don't know about Dubai, but alhamdulillah, in Dubai I can guarantee many students of mine, they not only finished the translation of the Qur'an, not only 6 books of hadith in their houses, after that they started even the continuous lectures. They have broken their sitting room into a hall and once a week they bring scholars and they have the lectures in the houses. These are the people, mashallah, have seen the fruit in them. But here, the word says that they will learn the Qur'an, the Islam. But alhamdulillah, I don't know how many houses. Hopefully, inshallah, your house will be much better than my house. But I know the hadith says that Islam will be studied in a way as if it will gradually go away from them, the way the embroidery of the fabric will go away from them. And then it will be a time where Muslims, so-called Muslims, hadith says, okay, that people will not know what is salah, and which is one of the pillars of Islam. People they won't know what is fasting, another second pillar of Islam. People will not know what is zakat, and this is almost gone from the Muslims. They don't know what is zakat, what kind of zakat to be given, how it should be given, when it should be given, to whom it should be given. All these things, subhanAllah. And finally he said that there will be people who will not know what is Hajj. And then, when this statement was said to Hudayfa, Hudayfa conveyed this message to his student Sila. And Sila, when heard this, he was upset. He said, if this is the case of the Muslims, then what's the use of that la ilaha illallah? And Hudayfa was a man of mercy. Hudayfa was a man of mercy. He said, look, even though if they say la ilaha illallah, I hope, I think that this la ilaha illallah will at least protect them from the Jahannam. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. Take it. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Now again, going back to the tafsir of Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Now his advice is my advice. And his advice to the people, my advice to me, my family who is listening to me behind the curtains, and those my children who are with me, and you are my brothers and sisters who are listening to me. So this is my advice to you from Abdullah bin Mas'ud. عن عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله عنه قال أكثروا تلاوة القرآن أكثروا تلاوة القرآن قبل أن يرفع قالوا هذه المصاحف ترفع فكيف بما صدور الرجال. Then he says, He gives the answer. قَالَ يُسْرَى عَلَيْهِ لَيْلًا فَيُصْبِحُونَ مِنْهُ فُقَرَاءُ. Allahu Akbar. يُصْبِحُونَ مِنْهُ. There are two versions. One is فُقَرَاءُ and the other version فُقَرَاءَ. It's a grammatical term. You won't understand that. وَيَنْسَوْنَ قَوْلَ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ وَيَقَعُونَ فِي قَوْلِ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. Boom, 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 boom. It is there. وَالْأَشْعَارِ وَأَشْعَارِهِمْ ذَلِكَ حِينَ يَقَعُ عَلَيْهِمْ الْقَوْلُ. Then he reads the ayah. Okay, what he says? He says, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, again, you can refer this reference from Sunan al-Darimi, by Imam al-Darimi, he has quoted this. Imam Tabrani has quoted in his Majmu' al-Kabir, Ibn Hajar in Fath al-Bari, Imam al-Haytami in Majmu' al-Zawaid, and Sheikh Nasruddin Albani, rahmatullah alayh, has authenticated this. Alhamdulillah. So you will get this article, not this week. This week I was quite busy with the printing and other things. So inshallah, next week you will get this article and preserve it, inshallah. At least this will keep you reminding. Abdullah bin Mas'ud, radiyallahu anhu, is saying, recite the Qur'an. Okay, after seeing the brother here, who is running the media, this message is also for the people who are running the media. It is their responsibility too. I learned it for the sake of Allah, that's why I wanted to address him too. Okay, Abdullah bin Mas'ud is saying, recite the Qur'an much before it is taken away. Now this statement, when it was said by Abdullah bin Mas'ud, the audience were Muslims, Sahaba and Tabi'een. These mushafs will be taken away. What about that which is memorized in the man's heart? He said, something will come and take it one night. Something will come and take it one night. And in the morning they will wake up without it. There will be a time a Muslim will be sleeping with Iman, something of the Qur'an, maybe Ayatul Kursi, because to protect themselves from the shaitan. So maybe shaitan is bigger enemy than they fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They fear shaitan more. Otherwise, then something will happen, then you have to look for Abu Hanifa for the ruqyah. So, something will be there in the heart of the Qur'an. The next morning, Abdullah bin Mas'ud is saying, they will forget a phrase, La ilaha illallah. Not only the Qur'an, even the word La ilaha illallah, they will not know the meaning of it. And I'm from India. My Jahiliyyah was in Bollywood. I have seen so many Bollywood movies that in the end, the person, Hindu actor, for the sake of money, for the acting, he is saying La ilaha illallah. And the story ends where the people, okay, he is a man of Jannah. This is the reality. These stupid people, when they say La ilaha illallah, they don't know the meaning of it. And subhanAllah, there are people like Muslims, they don't know the meaning. But now here, the hadith of Abdullah bin Mas'ud says clearly that there will be a time when the Muslim will sleep with something of the Quran in their hearts, but the next morning, forget about the Quran, even the meaning of La ilaha illallah, which is the identity for them to be a Muslim, that also will be not known to them. They will forget the phrase La ilaha illallah and they will start to recite the sayings. They will start reciting the sayings and saying his word. Doom, 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 doom. What you see today, they are saying it's nasheed. Allah's kalam in it. But wallahi, I have met so many nasheed artists. And I know they don't know what they are reciting it. Yesterday, I was listening to a news, a Muslim channel, and they were reciting the word illallah, illallah, illallah. Now this is a consensus of scholars, that when you want to say, especially La ilaha illallah, even if you want to have it La ilaha illallah in your mobile as a ringtone, you are not allowed to cut off the ringtone in the middle of that statement, because that might change the meaning. And when you say illallah, except Allah, yani I believe in everything except Allah, can be that, can be anything. And the ayah, that's this part of La ilaha illallah, this nasheed artist, he was repeating illallah, illallah. Maybe I think I was listening to it, I thought that he might continue something, but he was reading this, reciting this illallah, illallah for many times, and subhanAllah, I was surprised and I was